Well, that looks exciting, and I hope you also enjoyed tonight. We've got loads coming up for you, but first of all, let's just hope that Tilly the cat gets home pretty soon, Cheeseball78. We are all worried. We've seen the chat. Do towel her off. I'm sure it'll be fine. But while you're thinking about the plight of a poor cat, don't forget, we've got a big show planned for you tonight. We've got CO on the way. But before that, we are joined on the sofa by the one and only Nadia Sheikh.
Hello.
What a name, first of all. And it's your actual name.
It's my actual name.
Your last name's Sheikh.
Yep.
Like shake, shake, shake it. You were born to dance.
Oh! I'm not sure about the dancing, but yeah.
But that's one of the few things you can't do then, apparently.
Yeah.
Because you've got it all. You've got it all. We should probably explain whom you are. If people don't know who you are, how would we describe your genre of music? How would we describe your sound?
I'd say that's like a really hard question.
Yeah,
it's like the question.
Sorry.
No, that's
straight
fine.
in the deep end.
I'd say it's indie rock, but it's very poppy at the same time. So at heart, I'm a singer-songwriter. So I like to write with my acoustic guitar, just like songs, and then bring it to the boys, and we crank it up and just make it indie rock.
So the boys give it some attitude. Look at them stood over there with their crossed arms and black T-shirts on. So they're there. They're not props. They are men. So that's very exciting. I mean, you have been described as a chameleon of genres by many a person I've seen on the interweb. So you're hard to pin down genre-wise. And from listening to your stuff, it does jump about. There is that singer-songwriter vibe comes through on some songs. Sometimes it's a little bit heavier and a bit more attacky, and sometimes it's just lovely.
Thank you.
You know. We all have a good time. You do dash about the genres. And what's exciting as well is that you've got... Brexit doesn't affect you because you've got your feet in both sides of this great continent. You're half Spanish, half British.
That's right, yeah.
Spanglish.
I would call myself Spanglish.
That's good. That's good. Is that an actual term?
I don't know.
It sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You should call an EP that.
I grew up speaking Spanglish, basically. Like, when I was a little kid and I'd be halfway through the sentence, I'd just go Spanish, English. I still do it.
Still jump between the two?
Yeah.
Do you dream in either language or both?
I've had that question so many times. I don't know. Like, I think, like, if I'm in Spain, like, with my parents or something, my brain is, like, in Spanish mode. So it's easier for me to, like, think in Spanish. Whereas if I'm here, I just constantly, like, think in English.
Your brain's like a sat-nav. That's mad. That's amazing. Didn't know they could do that. I did German GCSE and I've never once like dreamt that Ich gehe zu Kino, which is one of the few things I can still remember. It means I go to the cinema. I didn't go to cinema that much, but it's all I know. But yeah, we should talk about the fact that you've been pretty busy. I mean, I guess pre-lockdown. Was it pre-lockdown your big tour? Let's just dive in. You toured with the Stereophonics.
We did, yeah.
Which is amazing. And how did that even come about?
Well, I thought so I met Jamie, the drummer, through Twitter, funny enough, and we started collaborating. And then
music stuff?
Yeah, well, so I followed him and he followed me back, and
Nice.
I was like, I'm gonna message him. So I messaged him and we started
talking.
talking.
You took your shot, respectful. I like that.
And we just started chatting. Like, he sent me some beats, I did some guitars, and it kind of stopped there. Then a few months later, he sent me some stuff. Oh, I want to collaborate on this, and we did a collaboration. And then he ended up co-producing some of the songs of the last EP.
Oh, what EP was that? Just so we can look it up.
Everybody Hears But No One's Listening.
Oh, that's a good name.
Thank you.
That's very nice.
And yeah, he just said, "Oh, just give me some links. I'll put you on the list." And I thought he like put a good word in because we found out we were doing the whole tour a week and a half before.
Oh wow.
But then on the last night, I was just chatting to Kelly, and he basically said, "Oh, how do you know how we picked you?" And I was like, "Jamie," and he just went, "No, like we had a list of like 100 bands, and like we picked." So him and the manager picked like a top 3, and then they picked us. So Jamie
Wow.
didn't even know we were picked until we knew we were picked.
You're very popular within the Stereophonic circle.
I mean, I'm grateful. That's
Yeah,
about us.
that's amazing. That's quality. So how was that? Because that was like, I'm guessing you hadn't played many arenas before then.
None.
And that was quite a big step up to suddenly go, right, here you go, in front of crowds that, let's be honest, who probably 90% of them wouldn't have known who you were before then.
No, to be fair, their fan base is quite good. So like they were going online and like messaging me, or like, "Oh, we'll see you in whatever," and
That's very sweet.
they're quite good like that. But yeah, we'd never played stages that big
No.
or like crowds that big.
How was that adapting to that? So it was a week and a half before you found out.
Yep.
And you are, what was the first gig? Where was that at?
So we did 2 warm-up gigs in the UK. We did Leeds and Liverpool. Liverpool and Leeds. First was Liverpool. And then we did the European leg.
Yeah.
So in total, we did like 16 shows in 8 countries. And then we got back and...
You caught your breath and went, bloody hell.
Yeah, but so we didn't have anything after that because like it's all independent. There's like we didn't have an agent, like no management, nothing. So I was like, what do I do now? And and then we just got a phone call and it's like, oh, do you want to come to Manchester tomorrow? And like, yeah, whatever. And we just checked online. It was like Manchester Arena. We're like, what? So we did Manchester Arena and the 2 Cardiff Arena.
Was that the first
shows.
arena you'd done?
Yeah.
And then you did Cardiff Arena with the Phonics.
We did 2 nights in Cardiff Arena.
Oh, you did a hometown show with Stereophonics.
And it was George's birthday.
And it was
as well.
George's birthday. How was that, mate? Yeah, best humor. You went, yeah. Which sounds like you're still recovering from it slightly. It's still shocking you. Fair play to you, mate. Amazing. You've had some Spanish that's come in. Mi gato es grande. What's that mean?
My cat is big.
My cat is cheeseball. It's also not present cheeseball. Do keep us up to date. I hope it. If it's so big, we should be able to spot it. That's what's good about it. But yeah, so that was amazing though that you've done those tours. That's so cool. But you've been performing from a very, very young age. Was it your uncle that first got you writing?
Yeah. So I started to play guitar and sing when I was about 12. And I did my first gig at 13. And I just never really stopped. When I was 16,
your first gig at 13, so that was also an arena gig.
No, it was actually the opening of like an art gallery in the middle of nowhere in the mountains in Spain in like January.
Oh, wow.
Outdoors.
Nice.
So it was actually freezing.
Was it hard to get booked for that one? Did you also DM them on Twitter?
Yeah, no, I don't even had Twitter at that point. But I remember it was so cold, like the gardeners of the place had to give us their like gloves and we had to cut other fingers to be able to play. Wow. It was ridiculous. That's
like kind of emo. I kind of respect that.
Yeah,
it's like we were pretty trendy back then. And then you went from that and you were doing singer-songwriting, but then I have heard that Avril Lavigne inspired you to continue in this career. As she does with all of us, obviously.
I mean, to start, really. I mean, my uncle is a musician, so I kind of always wanted to be like him. But when I was 12, I just got obsessed with Avril Lavigne. And I just went like... I saw her at Manchester Arena, funny enough.
There we go. It's full circle.
Full circle. Manchester Arena. And I just went, I want to do that. I'd never played or like sang or anything. I just want to do that. And it never stopped.
Never
Here
stopped.
we are.
And then you really like focused in on your singing and your performing and your writing. Cause you were trained in like classical music for a while, weren't you?
Not really.
You refused.
I refused.
So
I wanted to learn piano, and there's like the local music school in my hometown back in Spain.
Yeah.
And the teacher would only teach classical. So I started, and I was really not enjoying it. I would like sit down for 5 minutes, then start playing, like trying to figure out chords or like the songs I was writing.
Well, you gotta make so complicated.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
We all did that.
But we came to an agreement, like we'd do like a classical song and like a Beatles song.
She bribed you with rock.
Yeah.
I respect that. It's the best way to win over a child, which is a weird thing to say. But do always use rock very carefully with underage children. But yeah, that's incredible. And then you also, you got a jazz scholarship?
Oh God, yeah. When I was 16, I got a scholarship to do like a jazz summer course at like Stanford University.
In America?
Yeah.
You like traveling, don't you?
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
good.
I
And
mean, I don't mind it.
Did you go and do that?
Yeah, I did
a jazz course?
Yeah, it was like a week, and it was like intense. Like it was insane.
What did you learn to scat?
Yeah, I mean, we just learned loads of stuff. But
you can scat?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, I think we need to learn some scat right now with Nadia. I think that's got to happen. What's the best way for me to start? You teach me to scat. You show me the scat ways.
Okay.
We've lost a cat, but we're going to scat. It's going to be great.
So, just use random syllables. All that kind of stuff.
Well, that sounded good on its own. Is that?
Yeah, that's quite good.
It isn't though, is it? Because your face said it was very empathetic, but it wasn't. Can you show me a good bit of scat?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Without context.
Is there anything?
Oh, it's getting weird.
Oh, that's so good. That was so good.
I'm by no means. I'm by no means a scatter.
Oh,
I can scat a bit then, but like.
I want more scat in the set. I think if you got time to fill, I think that's what you should be doing. It's what the people want. Oh, that was lovely. I'm glad we managed to get your scat out.
God.
Why is that funny? You guys, you need to wind your necks in. My crew's awful. This is terrible. Trouser Press, the only Spanish I remember. Is that a friend of yours? I don't know. But anyway, on with other things. They're distracting me with these things. But I also know that when we were talking about Manchester, you saw a lot of your musical histories in Manchester, weirdly. So Avril Lavigne, you saw her in Manchester. But also, like, you fell in love with Oasis when you were younger.
Yeah.
And they've sort of shaped, you said in a previous interview, it sort of shaped your sound slightly from hearing that sort of stuff.
Well, I remember, like, so I had this gig when I was, like, really, really young, like 13 or something, or 14.
Also in the hills of Spain.
No, but I just didn't know what to play. Like, you know, when you're starting to write songs, like, you play covers, and I just didn't feel that inspired. And I remember, like, my dad just played me this, like, video of, like, Noel Gallagher singing Don't Look Back in Anger, and I think it was Argentina or something.
Yeah.
And then the stadium just sings back, and it just, like, hit me, and I started crying. And since that moment, it just kind of, like, changed my perspective on music. And I got into, like, Oasis, like Arctic Monkeys, like, all the, like, indie stuff.
You heard it here first, guys. Noel Gallagher makes child cry. But are you, who would you say, are you a bigger Noel or Liam fan?
No.
Off the bat, not even hesitating about it. Respect. So what I've done here, I've got some quotes from either Noel or Liam, and I want you to try and work out who they're from.
Okay.
Okay, the first one. I'm not going to do the accent. I did the whole Nebworth set in the shower earlier. It was fucking great.
Liam.
Straight off the bat, correct. We're not arrogant. We just believe we're the best band in the world.
No.
Yes. Okay, if we ever get to go to the moon, I'll probably just stand on the moon and go, yeah, fair enough. Gotta go home now.
Liam.
No. Oh, it's so close.
That was a tough one.
If I lost my hair, you'd probably never see me on stage again because there's no place for baldness in rock and roll.
Liam.
Oh,
no.
Yes, it's right.
Oh, okay.
You're just doing so well. You're seeing through this. I'm an average lad who was born in Burnage, who played conkers. Conkers, mate. Conkers, the lot. And I'm in a band, and nothing's changed.
Oh, that's tough.
Who's conkers about conkers?
Liam?
Yes, well done. There we go. And Cheeseball78 says, "What's the weirdest gift you ever got?"
A coconut.
A coconut?
Yeah.
This is where and in what context?
I was playing an open mic in Camden. I don't even know if it exists anymore.
You say Camden and it explains it all, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, there was this like vegetarian or vegan like cafe. I don't even know if it's there anymore. Like just by on the bridge.
Yeah.
And there was an open mic, and I went and played, and I sat with these two guys. They were really nice, and like I shared my chips with them, and then I went on and played, and they liked my music, and they wanted to give me a gift, and the only thing that was there was like a drink or whatever, or like a coconut. So he just went and came and just put a coconut on my table. So, that's for you. See you later. And I was like, okay, bye.
What did you do with the coconut?
Well, I took it home and I opened it, and
I had a great time.
Well, my dad actually had to do it because he was there, and I just couldn't open the coconut.
It's lovely. So it's your dad that's British, right?
Yeah.
And your mum's Spanish.
Yeah.
And what I love about this is that you were brought up in Spain, and you used to visit Leeds because that's where your grandparents are from.
Yeah.
It's just, I find it so, as a British man saying you went on holiday to Leeds makes me laugh so much. It's like, it's the greyest place in the world. I love it. I love Leeds, but it's not on holiday.
No, but I loved it because it was different.
Yeah.
It was really different, and like...
What are your memories of Leeds as a young child? The wow of Leeds.
Well, you know what? Mostly Primark.
Oh, wow. I mean,
well,
that tells you the tourist highlight of Leeds is cheap clothes.
No, but you see, like, I was, like, really young, and I come from a small town in Spain.
Yeah.
So, like, it's very, like, culturally different, and the fashion and everything was really different. And I was, like, into my indie stuff and, like, the British culture and everything. And you can't get that in Spain.
No.
Like, I used to wear, like Doc Martens and stuff, and people would laugh at me. No. So I'd love to come to Leeds and, like, just kind of like the weather and like the people and
blend
and
in
the fashion
and just come in and then come back to Spain in your Docs and your Primark wears and be like, look at this.
Yeah, probably not very sustainable, so don't.
Yeah, well, don't maybe do that. I don't know what
anymore.
There's some practices that they do that we're not sure about, but hey ho. I don't know if you know this about me. You might have had a week training to be a jazz singer. As we can tell, the talent's there. But I've got a BTEC in tarot card reading.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, not really. But for a bit, yes, I do.
Okay.
So what we do is I can predict your musical future using just the tarot cards.
I'm scared.
Are you prepared for this? You do
No.
actually look a bit afraid. I mean, I've really put you on edge for this whole interview and will continue to.
Okay, great.
Don't you worry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to predict it using 3 cards. And I want
Okay.
you to look at it and then I want you to show me it. I'm just going to give them a little magic. Do you know what? I think you should shuffle it.
Okay.
Because I think that's actually how it's supposed to work. That was lesson 2 in the BTEC class. Let them shuffle it. Lesson 1 was pronouncing tarot. Apparently the T at the end's silent. Took us ages.
How much do I shuffle?
As much as you want, as much as the spirits are telling you. Only I can talk to the spirits, obviously, because that BTEC course was quite in depth for a week. So yeah, here we go. I want you to pick your first card. Oh,
Okay.
you were very sure of that one. Everyone always goes for the middle. That's fair enough.
Do I look at
have
it?
a little look. Oh, was it upside down?
Yeah.
That makes a difference.
Okay.
Okay, pass it to me. So this was upside down. The Emperor. It's bigger than a king. And he's got lovely little... He's holding what looks to be, in my opinion, if you can see that, a crumpet. But it was upside down. So it says to me that you need to eat breakfast more.
I love breakfast. I never skip breakfast.
You never skip
I never
breakfast.
skip breakfast. Anyone can tell you.
You'll get old too soon. Look at that beard. If you stop eating your breakfast, you'll get old far too soon. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying in the future, keep eating breakfast, okay?
I will. I promise.
I don't know what it's got to do with music, but the spirits are mysterious like that. Next card. It might reveal more.
Okay.
Here we go.
It's upside down again.
It's upside down again.
Yeah.
I think it's because the deck might be upside down, but I don't know. It's what the spirits are telling us. That's what matters.
Do you want to see it?
I do want to see
There you
it. Let's have a look. Oh, it's a lonely woman, and she's knocked over some cups. Oh dear. That to me says, spillage is wasted. It's wastage. So if you're drinking and you knock over a few cups, you're going to be sad about it, and that's okay. So it says to me that when you're on tour, next on tour, make sure you have your crumpets, your breakfast.
Okay.
Look after yourself.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll be sad because you won't have anything to drink and stuff, and you need that. And that actually, spirits has just got to me again. Sorry. I'll call them later. The spirits just got to me. And it's saying to me that these cups actually represent the adoration of your fans. And if you aren't energized enough from your breakfast, you're going to spill away all that adoration. You're not going to be able to accept it or perform the best you can. So make sure you have that breakfast. I don't know why it's all about breakfast today, but it's whatever the spirits go for. It'll all be revealed in the third card. This is the last one. Oh, you're
Go
going
on,
for a
the
higher
top-
up? A top
top
one.
one,
Top
top one.
one. I like it. Is it upside down again?
No, it's
This
all right.
one's the right
It's
way
all
up.
right.
Why do we always get the stick men? I'm sick of these plonkers dancing around with their sticks. But do you know what these plonkers represent? Because this was the right way up. Your fans enjoying themselves and dancing and vibing. And this was actually upside down. So this actually means happiness. So this actually means that your cups will be full of. So the more, when you eat your breakfast, you'll have the energy and your fans will feed off that energy. The more
Love
energy
it.
you put into your art, the more that you'll get back. It's come full circle. We thought it was about bagels and shit, but it wasn't. It's all about you and your energy that you put into your art. And that, to me, sounds like you've got some new things on the horizon. And those things are a brand new EP.
Yes.
I predicted it, guys.
You got it.
I got
You
it
got
from the
it.
start.
Magic.
We all knew it was happening. It all came together. Thank you, spirits. They tried to mislead me with those bloody crumpets like they always do. But I get them. So you got a new EP coming
Yep.
out. When's it out?
16th of November.
Not long. And it's
Not
called
long.
Undefined.
That's right. Yeah.
So I thought for a bit that could be because you're quite the genre skipper and you were like, I don't want to have to define it that way. But it's also might be because you've got a song called Love is Undefined.
Yes, but I like your representation more, so we're going to go with that one.
I think you should start using that. If you take anyway from that interview, just use that and don't tell them I made you scat. But what I like to do with artists, I like to go through some of their lyrics and just have them explain it a bit more in depth, just so we get to know them a bit more. And Love is Undefined is one of the ones that I picked out. So the lyrics I picked out was, it's quiet and it's cold, it's what you leave behind. So what's the meaning behind this song and those lyrics in particular?
Well, this song is about, you know, when something's not working out and you're too scared of hurting the other person that you end up hurting yourself and then in turn hurting the other person even more.
Oh, it's cyclical pain.
Yeah, exactly. And that lyric is kind of about that feeling when the person leaves and obviously you feel empty, but at the same time you just feel empty anyway.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, and it's very sad. I hope you're okay.
It's quite a sad song, to be honest.
Yeah. God, when did you write that? Are you?
I'm fine now.
Are you over it now?
Yeah.
You've poured your heart into the song, and does it heal you a bit more?
It does.
It's good.
So for me, songwriting puts things in perspective a lot.
Ah, that's good. So do you feel like sometimes when you write it, have you ever gone like, oh, like, and I think all the lyrics are beautiful, but I think I'd write something when I was like annoyed at someone, and then I look back at it and go like, oh, I need to control myself a little bit. like, do you ever have to like contain it a bit? Do you ever go back and go, oh, maybe I was a bit harsh, I'll curtail it down, or do you take like your first feeling and take that as the reality?
No, I think that's a place to not do that. To just go for it. I mean, no one knows exactly what it's about. Like, you can say what the song's about, but I think the beauty of it is like every person takes it as their own and like represent exactly. Like once it's out, it's not yours anymore. It's like the person listening.
Oh, that's very nice.
And I think if you're gonna be mean, or if you're gonna be honest or sad or happy, just be it in a song. Just don't. Yeah.
Just be
don't
honest.
Filter. Yeah, don't filter.
Oh, man. I need to stop writing my diss tracks because clearly I'm just getting too angry at people. The other song I picked out was Get Away. Yep. Come in, you're welcome, but don't you dare sit next to me. And I like that because it's how I feel whenever someone gets on the bus.
Well, the Getaway is a little bit about the frustration that you can feel when you see what's going on in the world, but you can't physically do anything to. I mean, you can do your little things, but you can't physically do something to change it. And in context, that line is a bit about, because it says, "Come in, you're welcome, but don't you dare sit next to me." It's like we welcome people from other places or like refugees and that kind of stuff. But yeah, come in, but don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh wow, you are a deep songwriter. I like this. This is good. This is like you looking at things that are happening in the world right now. Oh, goodness. I mean, don't write stuff about what's happened over the last 2 years because it's quite...
there's a bit of that as well.
Oh, is it quite dark?
Maybe.
That's good. I'm excited. It's all poetry. It's all expression. It's all beauty. IDWK. Yep. I don't want to know.
Yep.
Nice abbreviation. Was it too much now to digest and undress?
Yep. That is... So, I don't want to know is about when it's easier to try and not kind of focus on what's going on within you just because it's easier. You don't want to know, basically. Yeah. And that lyric is basically me talking to myself, just being, was it too much to like understand, like process, to digest, to undress, to understand? Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's all lovely.
Thank you.
And so you've got the new EP coming out on the 16th of November. That is Undefined. Do check out all of the socials and stuff. Have we put them up on there? Normally these people are hot on it.
They're on it.
They're on it. Lovely.
Wow.
Go check her out.
Everything.
Go look at all these things. Go like can they pre-save the EP?
Well, I haven't even announced it yet. So no, but if you follow me, you can pre-save it probably this week.
There we go. You heard it here first. If you want to see Nadia live, though, she's just finished a tour, so sucks to be you. But thankfully, you're about to see her live in just about 5 minutes' time. So really digest it because you might not get a chance to see her very soon. But she will probably be back on tour soon enough.
Yeah, definitely.
We can't keep her off the road. So stick around now to see her majestic set in just about 5 minutes.